Вот и подъехал британский гоночный зеленый. Сейчас мы его добьем.
Great to see you. We're shooting a documentary about car culture in the UK, and I need a second driver. You've made a name for yourself, and it would be great to have you aboard. It's simple. You drive, I tell the story. Let's do it.
Ну и ладно, едем как едем. Ничего менять не надо.
From Aston Martin to McLaren and Bentley, Great Britain is home to over a century of automotive excellence. I'm Rebecca Dawson. Welcome to British Racing Green, a documentary celebrating that history. The Aston Martin DB5 Vantage was the quintessential Grand Tourer of the 1960s, combining British engineering and Italian design. The Vantage featured side-draft carburetors and a refined camshaft profile, capable of a blistering top speed of 162 miles an hour in 1964. The clean lines of Superleggera's bodywork, reclining seats and wool carpets created a car that was luxurious as well as fast. This car would form the basis for the DB range, with later cars improving on the design in many ways. But none would ever achieve the sheer iconic perfection of the Vantage.
In 200 meters, turn left. Turn left.
For all of its beauty and engineering perfection, only 65 of these beautiful machines would ever be built. If you own one, you own a piece of British history.
In 200 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
The silver DB5 would be immortalized in half a century of cinema. The classic Aston Martin. But in 2016, a new DB was unveiled, heralding the dawn of Aston Martin's second century. The DB11 is the first production turbocharged Aston Martin. But is it a worthy successor to that legacy? The short answer is yes. It's bold, responsive, and agile. Is perhaps the best GT chassis in the world. And listen to it. Able to hit 60 miles an hour in 3.5 seconds, the DB11's 5.2-litre twin-turbo V12 boasts a top speed of
Ну, называется как убраться покрасивше.
Over 200 miles an hour. The DB11 is not the fastest car in the world, but then it's not trying to be. It's sophisticated, effortless luxury. It's an Aston Martin.
In 100 meters.
The DB11's front strakes channel air to create a virtual spoiler, providing downforce without compromising the car's clean lines. Brilliant. Most importantly, I think, the DB11 proves that Aston Martin is ready for another century of beautiful cars. And I can't wait. Beautiful as they are, Aston Martins are only one of many cars made in the United Kingdom. Let's see what else is out there. This is shaping up nicely. Time for a change of pace, though. At least at first. The next segment is about Land Rover, and we'll be starting out with the Type 3. Land Rover, the British sports utility vehicle. But before that, they were actual utility vehicles. Solid, tough trucks, unstoppable over almost any terrain.
In 400 meters, turn left.
The Land Rover Type 3 marks the point where that shift begins. And we'll be looking at what that meant.
Recalculating route.
Land Rovers have taken on almost every task imaginable. They've been generators, tractors and ambulances. They've brought peace and carried medicines to disaster zones. They've even been buses. Over 500,000 Series 3s were built, and over 70% of those are still on the road today. They were extensively exported and built under license abroad. Belgium, South Africa, even Australia and New Zealand. With a robust chassis and signature Land Rover engineering, the Type 3 also marked the first time that buyers could choose interior options, like seat box protectors and cover boxes. That trend continued, and by 1982, Land Rover were offering the county spec Type 3. Leisure drivers could choose from such luxuries as all-cloth seats, soundproofing and tinted glass. The trend was increasingly clear, and the future of the Land Rover was starting to take shape. If you squinted, you could already see the shape of the first sports utility vehicle, the Range Rover.
In 400 meters, turn left. In 400 meters, turn right. In 200 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
Along with the Range Rover, others would follow. Discovery, Defender, and the Freelander. Each a more sophisticated and enjoyable utility vehicle. But none of them were a replacement for the Type 3. They were a different kind of car. The Type 3 was arguably the first sports utility vehicle, an evolution of the design that would lead ultimately to this. The Bowler Nemesis, an off-road racing vehicle that turned into a production SUV, the Nemesis EXR. It sports a turbocharged 5-litre Land Rover Jaguar engine, crammed into a carbon fibre chassis with integral roll cage. It even has the grille, headlights and rear lights from a Range Rover.
Надо набрать 125 тысяч.
And there are no compromises either.
Да. Ну
With a
все,
0 to 60
завершено.
time of an unreal 4.2 seconds, all-wheel drive, and the ability to corner near instantly, the Nemesis provides adrenaline and sheer terror in equal measure. This is an all-terrain supercar. That's the only fair description for this. But that's what you get when you build an SUV with Land Rover DNA.
Хе-хей, можно смело отправляться за Лексусом. Надеюсь, денег хватит. общем-то, как-то так. За это люди отдают 10 лимонов. Но надо же, он даже ни один скилл не открыл. Вообще хороший человек. Тупо взял и продал мне машину. А первые 4 продаваемые, которые стояли, если не больше, были от одного и того же. То есть он, видать, покупал их, открывал здесь вилспины какие-то и потом уже радовался. И выставлял их на аукцион. Ну, все очки я потратил на открытие Porsche скиллов. Так что здесь мне пока делать нечего. Но машину я вгрейжу. Немножечко. Оставлю в своем классе, пусть она будет. Ну, а мы отправляемся дальше. Естественно, вот сюда.
Hope you're enjoying yourself. I know I am. It's great to be able to just focus on telling the story while someone else handles the driving for once. Let's get to the next one. This time, it's Lotus. Lotus Engineering Limited began as many stories in British engineering do, in an old barn. The first Lotus cars were offered as kits. You built them yourself. From 1962, they began to actually build the cars themselves. The Elan Sprint showed exactly what they intended to do.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Designer Colin Chapman famously said, "Adding power makes you faster on the straights. Subtracting weight makes you faster everywhere." He knew what he was talking about. Widely hailed as one of the greatest sports cars of the 1960s, the Elan would be closely studied and emulated, inspiring such masterpieces as the Mazda MX-5. The Elan has all the energy, style, and enthusiasm you would expect. Bold, quick, and fun. So much so that they put it in the name. The Elan Sprint was a financial as well as an engineering success for Lotus, validating their approach to design and resulting in a whole family of light, agile roadsters. Which brings us to this, the Lotus Exige. It's heavier than the Elan, admittedly, but it's faster. Much, much faster.
1.25 наш ориентир.
Touch the pedal, the Exige responds with instant, relentless acceleration, as you'd expect. With a 0 to 60 time of 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 170 before upgrades and tuning, the Exige is uncompromising. And there's no power steering, so you can really feel the road. A genuinely thrilling drive, and one that isn't afraid to demand you take it seriously.
In 200 meters, turn left. Turn left. 200 meters, turn left. In 400 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
And with rumoured launches of 2 new cars in 2020, Lotus looks set to push the benchmark of the experienced sports car well into the next century.
На ней вот чуть-чуть врезался куда-нибудь, все, сразу проигрыш, поскольку тебя останавливает мгновенно и заносит еще в подарок. В этом косяк. Но и по-честному тут только по сухому можно доехать. Причем надо именно знать, где ехать, как проходить.
You busy, pal? Come on down to the garage. Your Bentley's ready.
Давай посмотрим.
It's a 4.5-litre blower 1931. Why'd they call them blowers? Maybe because of the whacking great supercharger sticking out the front of it. Maybe for the way you blow, pushing it anywhere. Thing's a wee bit heavy.
Да-да, очень смешно, вообще прям оборжаться. Игра, созданная корпорацией с миллиардными оборотами денег, лучшие программисты в мире и не могут модельку поставить той машины, которую ты реально получаешь. Просто конченная ситуация вообще. И вот все в этой игре так. На похер вообще. Эта машина мне за замок Бамбара, насколько я помню. Да, сапогом по жопе и поехали. Такой дедушкин шкаф. Я бы даже сказал, это баржа немного похуже, чем Мерседес, который был тоже 39-го там или какого. Мазерати, которая была, она, в общем-то, поинтереснее будет. Но это немного разные, естественно, машины. Здесь уже понятный смысл, что проще ее было бы продать. Поглядим, сколько это чудо может стоить на аукционе. В общем, цена этого чуда вообще невелика. Написано, стоит 10 лямов, а по факту она стоит лимон. То бишь, с нее выхлопа не будет. Чисто в коллекцию, дабы стояла. А сейчас я займусь немножечко улучшением моего вертолета.